Thanks for dropping in. If you've been following my designs for a while, you may have noticed a certain Nintendo-y theme, so it's probably not too shocking to hear that when I purchased my first 3D printer, a Cetus Mark II, the very first project was a Mario-inspired puzzle box. Unfortunately, the project never made it past a few semi-functional prototypes, and I never posted the design, at least, not yet. So I'm going to do a remake. Very Nintendo, right? The first version of this puzzle was rough, difficult to print, and prone to jams. I want this remake to keep the original puzzle solution while having none of these issues, and that's going to take a while to get working. Fortunately, that doesn't mean that I can't share some stuff to print along the way. So this week, I'm releasing the design I've chosen for the outer shell of the puzzle, this Super Mario Bros. Brick block. I'm also going to release this Super Mario Bros. Brick block, and this brick block, and this brick block, and this one, and this one, and this one. Actually, I'm just going to release a super customizable OpenSCAD project, so you can print any of these and much more. If you're unfamiliar with OpenSCAD, it really is easier than it looks. I've included links to some excellent videos by other makers that can introduce you to this powerful and free tool. Just check the video description below. So what customization parameters does this file include? Well, you can set the overall size, of course, and that will automatically reposition the bricks to match. You can break from the Mario Bros. Standard and select how many layers you want your block to have, anywhere from 1 to 4 to 12. You can set how large the chamfers are on each brick to make the dividers more subtle or more pronounced. Regardless of actual chamfer size, the overhangs will still be a reliably printable 45 degrees. The style option lets you choose between a few different overall designs, like a solid brick, a cup or an open top, a tube which is open both on the top and the bottom, or a lid which can be used either with a cup or a tube to make a container. If you want to print a brick block in vase mode, use the solid brick style so there's only one single outer surface to print. For the cup, tube, and lid, you can define the overall wall thickness. Just make sure it's larger than your chamfer setting or weird things will start to happen. If you're printing a lid, use the clearance setting to determine how tight it should fit. I found that 0.125mm was loose enough to make the lid easy to remove, but tight enough not to just fall off in normal use. You can choose to turn the top layer pattern on or off. By default, this one's turned on. On the other hand, the bottom layer pattern is turned off by default. That's because printing with it turned off gives you a much more reliable print. However, if your bed adhesion is really good, then go ahead and throw that on and it will create a similar pattern to the top. The final setting determines which brick pattern should be on the bottom layer, either 2 bricks side by side or a single long brick capped on either end. There's not really a reason for this setting because you can get the same result just by rotating the block 90 degrees, but it's an easy addition, so why not? I figure this project may be expanded in the future, and it may lose its radial symmetry, making this option actually relevant. As with all OpenSCAD projects, you can go far beyond the customizations here by altering the script itself. This particular design is fairly basic, and would be a great candidate for additional remixes, either changing the internal structure of the cube, or perhaps altering additional patterns on the outside. But this is the basic external design I'm going to use for the puzzle. Now it's time to get back to those internal mechanisms. So until next time, thanks for stopping by.